going on, everybody? Speed and Torque 101 here, coming at you with a different perspective, with a slightly different video. You know, that cold start does sound amazing. Excuse me, but this video is not about the cold start. This video is about the 5 things that I hate, unfortunately, about my car. Don't get me wrong, I love this car. 3 years now this March. I can't complain. This car is amazing, best car I've ever owned, hands down. But there are 5 things and one bonus one that I actually can't stand that drive me nuts, and I'm gonna jump right into it. Number one thing, and it's actually, I think, a concerning issue that BMW should take notice to, because it actually impairs you from driving, well, spiritedly driving the right way. And that has to do with the seatbelts. Let me show you. The seatbelts in this car, when you have them on, they're very easy to lock in, you see? So if you have your seatbelt on, okay, hope you guys can see, I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. When you have your seatbelt on, okay, and you're driving spiritedly and you need to make a lane change, you know, it's always nice to look into your mirror, but you kind of want to like lean in to make sure that your blind spot is clear. And what happens is when you're driving quickly, you go like this and it locks in. Especially when you're driving, I feel like the car is more sensitive at higher speeds to locking the seatbelt in. You see, it locks in very quickly. So if you make like a fast move like this, it locks in. But of course, it's not doing it right now, but trust me, this happens to me all the time. If I'm driving spiritedly and I'm freaking having a good time, I go like this or I go like that, you know, to look at the right mirror or the left mirror, and it locks in. So that's really annoying. Number 2, I'm gonna take off my belt. Number 2 about this car, and everyone knows about this, is the rubber seal issue. These rubber seals are made in Germany, and from what I've been told is their manufacturing standards are different than ours. And what happens is when they get a little bit dirty, okay, as you can see, they're not so bad right now. When they get a little bit dirty or any sort of dust gets in there, or when they get hot and they dry up, they squeak like no other. Basically, it just sounds like you have bags all around the car, just like scrunching away, going off. Now, I've tried pretty much every solution. I've had BMW grease them up with their special lubricant. I've bought lubricant. The best thing that I find that works for this is every 2 weeks or every week, just use WD-40, microfiber cloth, clean them up. It works. You know what? I've gotten to learn to live with it. It's not the most ideal thing for a $61,000 car, but that's number 2. Number 3 has to do, this is, by the way, in no particular order, but the first 2 I think are the top 2, you know, knickknacks that I don't like. Number 3 is this trim. This trim is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. This wood trim is beautiful, but it is so susceptible to scratching. I mean, I have scratches here. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. The camera won't pick it up. But if the light hits it a certain way, it scratches so easy. You can't really use a regular microfiber cloth like this. You have to use like a super soft one, like the one I have here. And you would want to like have it a little moisturized, because if you're doing it on the dry, or if you're using your finger to scratch, like, you know, like I have like a little stain. If you can see, like, that's probably like whatever, a little coffee stain. If I go and use my finger to scratch that out, it will scratch, and then I have to use a plastic scratch remover to get it out. So very easily susceptible to scratching. And the same thing goes for the steering wheel. I mean, look, that is just from use. You know, 3 years of using the car, that is just from use. This is just from me holding the wheel like this. It sucks. It's, you know, oh, and another big thing I almost forgot, dust always builds up behind the instrument cluster. Look, that's dust. That's behind the instrument cluster. I actually have removed this instrument cluster before. And the way to do that is, if you guys are curious, there are two bolts right there. You remove them, and then this whole thing pops out. You know, you could do it. I actually removed the whole thing. I disconnected it. I took apart everything. I cleaned it because it was really bothering me. But you know what? I've learned to live with it. That was only the beginning of, you know, ownership of this car. That's another thing that's weird, is that dust, and the way dust gets in there is through that button right there, the button that you use to reset your odometer. See, right through there, there's like a little space, and you see all that dust? Dust just gets in there, and it stays there. And right now, the sun came out, so it's perfect timing. Thank you for that, and you can see there's dust everywhere. Another thing that I really don't like about the integration of the heating system of this car is, I just turned it on. You see, you have, for the driver's side, you have the top vent, the middle vent, and for your footwell. But the passenger side, no matter what you do, you cannot get it to go up top. Why is that, BMW? Why would you create this? I mean, yeah, you can just press the, you know, the vent button for the top and you get everything, but what if I want my feet? Or what if the passenger wants, or I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's a small issue, but it just doesn't make sense. You know, I don't know, BMW's funky like that. And the other thing is, which is really annoying, and I believe this is my 5th point, is when you're driving the car, okay, and you lock your doors, okay, if you open up your door here, well, let me show you, I just opened up my door with 2 clicks. That left door is closed. So the only way to open that door, so let's say I need to get into my rear door, and I close this door, watch, the door is locked. And it's a pain in the ass. So what you have to do is you have to put your hand in there, it clicks open, and then you can open the door, or you have to go inside. How many times have I gotten out of the car in a rush to get something from the back of the car? And of course, I go to pull on the door, and the door doesn't open. Well, in this particular case, I just opened the door for you guys. But that's another, like, really annoying thing about this car. And I think number six thing that I will say was annoying is, and this has to do with the front lights. They come very low from factory. Not, like, light emitting wise, but they're angled very low. So what I had to do was, I had to get a special screwdriver with a special hex screw. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera will pick up. But in there, no, you can't really see it. Well, you can kind of see it. In there, that's your adjustment. So if any of you guys are curious how to adjust your lights, you just need to get a long screwdriver with a hex screw. Okay, there it is. I don't remember the size. I'm sorry. You guys are probably going to hate me for it. But, you know, just, you know, DM me and I will get that information for you. Same goes for here. This is where you go to adjust your lights. Inside there's a hex screw. You know, you just buy like a $10 screwdriver with a hex set and you're good to go. Other than that, I really can't say much about this car. I do love this car. I'll make another video about like the 5 things that I love about it and all that. And I also want to make a video about, you know, how much it cost me to build this car over 3 years to get it to where it is right now. And you know what, throw down your guesses in the suggestions in the comments down below, and let me know how much you think I've spent modding this car over 3 years. Quite a lot, actually, a lot more than I ever intended to spend, but I am keeping this car. This car's not going anywhere. Stage 2 dining just right around the corner. So is MHD. Exciting times. Other than that, 5 things, you know, well, 6 things I hate about my car. Wanted to give you guys my opinion on it. All right, thank you for watching Speed and Torque 101 here. I'm out, guys. Peace out. Oh, and you know what? Before you go, I give you guys a blip. Put the car in a sport. Right there, sport, so you guys can get a little exhaust note. That's from inside the cabin. Woo! Don't worry, the car's been on for several minutes now, even though the thermometer is on low. It's okay to rev up the car a little bit. She can take it. 37,315 miles. Love this car. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace out.